Yeah, they're cooked. Nah, I'm just playing. They should be okay, but there's definitely some issues with the team right now. I mean, top to bottom, they kind of suck right now. From the goaltending to the defense core to the forwards. There's not a lot going right now. Even the coaching staff, you could add to that. Something's kind of got to change, but I don't know what will, honestly. This definitely, they've had some poor starts recently, but this has definitely been the worst one over the last few years. And I don't know if they have what it takes to bring it back. I mean, they have it in the dressing room. They have the skill and the talent. But the game yesterday against Dallas, I mean, that's the third time in the last couple of weeks you get absolutely blown out. And you get blown out at home again. Every single week there's a new rock bottom for the Oilers, and that's definitely a problem. Even McDavid and Draisaitl struggled tremendously yesterday. Looks like a lack of care from a lot of guys, especially the top dogs. You'd think McDavid, Draisaitl would show that they care at all times, but games like yesterday, they struggled so much, especially defensively. I mean, they didn't generate a drop offensively either, but defensively, the effort out there is just, it's not good enough. It's not nearly good enough. Not to mention that, I mean, Roslovic, he's scoring at a good clip. He's probably your best forward right now, because McDavid and Draisaitl, skill-wise, they obviously are, but Roslovic is the only guy consistently producing. I mean, you have some good players. I like Savoy's work ethic, and his penalty killing prowess is pretty good, and he's honestly your hardest worker, which is kind of saying something, and he probably shouldn't be. But then you have guys like Trent Frederick, who are terrible offensively, is brought in to be a physical guy, but he's clearly not a physical guy. I mean, that guy is just he's just bad. Signed him for 8 years at just under $4 million. It's already one of the worst contracts in the league. We're 25 games into it. He's that bad. He's so bad. Connor Clattenburg, who played his second NHL game yesterday, is way better than Trent Frederick. He plays the same style of game, you could call it, the kind of physical presence, but Clattenburg does it way better. And Frederick has been in the league for years. He's way older, should be more experienced, but Frederick is just so bad, and you're stuck with him now. You signed him, you've cooked your goose, you hitched your ride to him, you're stuck with Trent Frederick. It's awful, but that's how it is. Moving over to the defense, I mean, it's not very good there. Bouchard really struggled at the beginning of the year. He's been finding his game quietly ever since. His last 10, 15 games have been a lot stronger. He still has his odd blunder, but that's kind of who he is as a player. You kind of take that sometimes with the plays that he makes offensively and breaking pucks out. He's actually been their best defenseman for sure over the last couple weeks. Nurse, he's been bad. Ekholm, worst game I've ever seen him play yesterday. He was just horrifyingly bad, and he's not getting any younger either. And you signed him, you've got him for another 3 years after this one too. He's not getting younger. Wallman's hurt. He's, I think, your second best defenseman, and when he's healthy and on his game, he's elite. He's kind of struggled a little bit, missed a lot of training camp. Gonna cut him some slack. Go back to Nurse again. Whoever he plays with right now, I kind of feel bad for them, because he's just very much struggling to find his game at all levels. He's putting the puck in the back of the net every once in a while, which is good, but when it comes with that bad defensive plays, I mean, what do you even do there? And then Regula, I liked him at the start. He's kind of not been my favorite ever since last few games. Emerson has been pretty solid. What happened to Brett Kulak? He was such a steady presence. He was a guy that night in, night out, you knew what you were going to get for him, because it was pretty much the same even keel defenseman who was calm with the puck on his stick, calm defending the rush. He is none of that. He gets beat every single play, every single corner battle. He is never the one that comes out with the puck. His breakouts are terrible. His pinches are awful. And he's struggling. He is not the same player, even remotely, that he was the last 3-4 years. Not even close. And then we'll get to goaltending, which is a hot topic. And Skinner and Pickard both need to be better. I think Pickard's days in the NHL are done. I think Skinner can still be a serviceable goalie, even if he's at a backup level. He's still a serviceable NHL goalie, in my opinion. But they need to be held accountable as well. They absolutely need to be better. But again, it's just death by 1,000 cuts right now. All three phases, offense, defense, goaltending, are all terrible. And I think they're bleeding into each other, with which is not helping any facet of the game. Special teams is struggling too. When they're getting power plays, they look okay, but they're not generating at a clip they probably want to. The penalty kill lately has kind of fallen off a cliff as well. Some of the coaching decisions are certainly questionable, and I don't even know how you fix it. I think a goaltending shakeup needs to happen, whether it's Connor Ingram coming up. Pickard's, I think he's seen his last minutes in the NHL. I think I'm over Calvin Pickard. He's been a good soldier and all that, but his time's over. I'm sorry. A lot of people are wanting them to make some sort of panic trade right now. I don't know if you want to make a panic trade. You usually lose panic trades when it's just heat of the moment. Let's just do something just to do it. The Oilers have only a few assets. They don't have too many great assets. You don't want to just be flushing them down the toilet just for the sake of making a move, especially with a team that, frankly, does not deserve to be rewarded. If I'm Stan Bowman, Oilers GM, and I look at the performances that not only the roster itself, but also the coaching staff has put on over the first 25 games, why would I want to reward that? Why would I want to spend all these assets to reward a team and a coaching staff that clearly is not up to par? I wouldn't. They don't deserve some help. The roster, it has everything they need to maybe be a playoff team at the very least, and they're not getting the job done right now. So to reward them, no, they need to sink or swim with what they got in the room. You got two of the best three players in the NHL. They're not getting it done. You have a defense core that by many was ranked in the top 3. Some had ranked number 1, and they have just been horrifyingly bad. Awful. Some people are saying that it's actually the leadership group that is the reason that Pickard is still on the team, that he's very well liked in the room. And I get it. He's well liked in the room, sure. You need your glue guys like that. But maybe that's how you shake up the team, by saying, hey, this goaltender that you really like, he's out of a job in the NHL now because you guys played so bad. Maybe that's the shakeup they need. Not, we want to keep him because he's our guy. No, he lost his job because you guys did not perform. That's the message that needs to be sent. And I do think there's still a lot of time to turn the season around. But it's like now or never. It's now or never. If you wait another 10 games and you go, 3-5-2, you're not going to get her done. It becomes too steep of a hill to climb at that point. And we have seen this team go on, 8-game win streaks, 16-game win streaks. You cannot bank on that, is kind of what I'm saying. It needs to start now. You got to start playing a better brand of hockey. You're not going to win every night, and everybody understands that, but it's the effort that's been put forward that is the actual problem. It's not that they have lost however many games. It's that in those losses, and even in some of their wins, so many parts of their game have been highly suspect and need to be fixed in order for this team to be a playoff team. Because, the bar is not just a playoff team. The bar is to win a Stanley Cup. So if you're not even in the running for the playoffs, at the 40-game mark, then some serious questions have to be made, not only at kind of the fringe pieces, but maybe at some core pieces. I'm not talking McDavid, Draisaitl, but if you're 40 games in and you're that far out of the playoff spot, something's got to give. But yeah, they'll turn it around. They usually do. I hope.